infrastructure, if your GPU hardware architecture is on, say, H100 with X number of GPUs that supports FP16 precision, we will have a pre-built Llama 3 model engine for it that NIM will pull and make available as an endpoint. All right. So one might ask a question, if NIM is based on open source components like Triton and TRT-LLM, what's the difference, right, between these two? The main difference is market, right? You can essentially do the same optimizations through open source route using Triton TRT-LLM on top of NVIDIA GPUs, but that might take significant time and efforts to achieve. NVIDIA does this heavy lifting through NIM, and you can essentially get started in literally under 5 minutes in deployment scenarios. We also standardize the API across the board. It's a OpenAI spec, which gives you the same spec across multiple models. One benefit with NIM is pre-built engines. So you don't have to go through sweeps through different dimensions as we saw before. You can literally just pull down the pre-built TRT-LLM engine for a specific model and just deploy it right away. There are another benefits like support and scans that I mentioned before that come under the NVIDIA AI Enterprise license, which is granted for NIM. All right, so now we have a quick demo. Yesterday, actually, we had launch of NVIDIA L4 GPUs on GCP Cloud Run. It was an amazing launch. My colleague Anne Hecht, Senior Director of Marketing at NVIDIA, she presented the overall workloads and the L4 GPU information in Cloud Run. And we had this awesome demo that showcases NIM deployment on L4 on Cloud Run.
Video, we will showcase how to deploy a Llama 3 8B model as NVIDIA NIM on NVIDIA L4 instance within Cloud Run. We start our journey on ai.nvidia.com, where we can learn about NVIDIA AI products. From here, we go to build.nvidia.com to play with the cutting-edge foundation models. Here you can find several hosted APIs for different use cases called NIMs. A quick search takes us to the community favorite Llama 3 8B model. For this model, we have a downloadable NIM which can run on various NVIDIA GPUs. Just click on Build with this NIM and create your user account. You can also learn more about the model's capabilities by going through the model card, check the container versions, and also see the scan reports of the container. You can deploy the NIM on NVIDIA L4 on Cloud Run in 5 simple steps. First, clone the NIM deploy GitHub repo and check the Cloud Run folder for scripts, notebooks, and utility tools. Next, update the Docker file with your Cloud Run specific parameters like project ID, secrets, and keys. Pull the NIM container with appropriate tag. Now to deploy the inference service on Cloud Run, just execute the bash script. This will provide a L4 instance, set up the network group, deploy the container, and bring up the endpoint. You can check the Cloud Run console for logs. These logs are quite comprehensive and provide a good idea about the status of the deployment. You can check the instance and service health as well. In this case, we have deployed NIM on L4 instance within Cloud Run. Final step, once the endpoint is up and running, you can do a simple curl post request for getting the response from the model. Here you can see the performance difference with NIM on running on L4 on the right hand side within Cloud Run and NIM off on the left hand side. So go ahead and start your journey on ai.nvidia.com.
Awesome. That is it from my side. Back to you, Chelsea.
Great, thanks. Appreciate you walking through that. I know I definitely learned some things. So now we'll transition over to more of a fireside chat. I have some questions for Ja, and then I'll ask some questions of Avi. And like I said, feel free to drop some questions in the chat below. We're getting a lot of great ones in, so I'm looking forward to hearing this. But Ja, could you start with what is the potential of AI agents, and in what areas have they been most impactful?
AI agents, I strongly believe it's going to change and transform how we interact with product, hardware, and services. Right now, we have probably seen millions of AI agents demos built already, um, and we start to see gradually um, AI agents are turning into product. As I mentioned, um, if we can conquer the challenges of accuracy and um, latency, it can do a lot, right? So um, I would treat them almost like a digital assistant, or in cases, it can take lots of functions or workflow within or external of a company. For example, when we are thinking about um, some of the agents which cannot achieve real time and also have some of the challenges in accuracy, we can already leverage it, for example, for the purpose of making a report or marketing report, or coming up with slides summarizing insights of market analysis, right? So you can wait for a few minutes or even hours for the agent to do its research and make mistakes and validate itself. And eventually, there could be a human correcting mistakes and also helping finalizing all the details if it's not accurate enough, right? So that's one potential to use it. The more challenging task is how to provide real time and accurate interaction, which is what we have been focusing on through the collaboration with NVIDIA and Google. So when we look at the customer journey, right, we are expecting real-time response, and they are expecting personalized human-like interaction. That's where it becomes more challenging, and that's where we got to pay more attention to what a human-like means. A human-like, we have our five senses. We like to hear, we like to interact with audio. We also perceive from visual signals or video, so that it can illustrate the information much better, right? Think of even some of our clients, they work on medical devices, and many of their customers are seniors. And when they need to learn an instruction how to use a device, they would love to uh, see it. They would love to follow the visual instructions step by step, right? So how can we leverage AI agent to handle all these complex tasks step by step? It's very, very important. And it will change entirely how the users would interact with your service or your product, right? So I've shown briefly some of the examples, and I've seen many of the companies have been facing the challenges, but hopefully AI agent can address all these challenges, right? So even for um, software companies, think of your fast-growing AI company, and you want to focus on building your product and leverage as much tools as possible. Like in our case, we can leverage the GKE, GCE, and all the different components on Google Cloud and NIM, um, and Nemo from NVIDIA for building it, building our product, right? So there could be also serving your customer perspective and how to understand their entire journey, how they like or have challenges using your product, and what about they might churn, they might want to cancel the subscription. So AI agent can help understanding the user journey and to provide help when needed 24/7. It's just like your VIP service, right? And also when there is problems of using it, can we illustrate it through multimodal perception and audio, etc., etc. So that I can see will be if we do it right down the road, there will be many more functions, many more help that AI agent can provide to internally as well as externally to your customers.
Very interesting. Thanks for that. Can you just talk a little bit more about how you see that evolving and LiveXAI's next evolution of your business?
Totally. I think both we are fully embracing Gen AI, right? So both internally in our operation, like every one of us use um, code assistant, and also we in our marketing material, copywriting, etc. We fully embrace it. That makes a lean startup really, really efficient. And that's for internal and for building the product um, to serve our clients, right? So that angle is the same. How do we empower businesses even they don't have deep AI agent expertise, or they don't need to train their complex multimodality models. Um, they can benefit from the outcome of AI agent. So I can see this could be a trend down the road for many of the companies, especially um, small companies or mid-sized companies, or even bigger ones who are embracing the transformation brought by Gen AI. So there will be more exciting ones to come, and we are just one of these companies.
Amazing, thanks. And Abhishek, Jha mentioned a lot of use of your software products. So can you talk a little bit more about how NVIDIA AI Enterprise and NIMS are benefiting the AI developers when they're using your platform?
Yeah, absolutely. So NVIDIA AI Enterprise is not a single product. It's basically a suite of software, which includes all the AI software that gets created across different teams at NVIDIA. This software is secured and patched in an enterprise requirement. Right? We have API stability guarantee for it. We have certain software that we open source, which is not included within NVIDIA AI Enterprise, but the ones that is included has some feature differentiation in it as well. Right? In NIMS, in this case, is exclusive to NVIDIA AI Enterprise. I would say it's an NVIDIA opinionated way of doing Gen AI inference on top of NVIDIA GPUs. It comes with the pre-built engines, right, where we invest a lot of our time and resources in optimizing the open source community models, and that's available only through NVIDIA AI Enterprise subscription. You can essentially do the same thing using open source tools, but that might take a lot of time and efforts on the enterprise side. So big enterprises who do not have either the resources or the time or want to go to market quickly can leverage the NVIDIA AI Enterprise software. right, and get the experience, the out-of-the-box experience for best throughput latency performance for their use cases. As example, what Gia mentioned about agentic workflows and chatbots, right? Very dependent on latency throughput performance. So in that case, they can leverage software like NIM within NVIDIA Enterprise for deployment.
Great. And then also, LiveX AI graduated out of the NVIDIA Inception program. Can you talk to us a little bit more about the program and the overview and what types of startups are best suited for this?
Yeah, absolutely. NVIDIA Inception program is an amazing program for startups of all stages. We do not differentiate. We partner and make startups of every stage part of the Inception program. It's a free initiative, by the way. You don't have to pay any money to NVIDIA to be part of this Inception program. And it comes with its own benefits like co-marketing support from NVIDIA, access to NVIDIA experts and knowledge, and also you can get in sync with the product engineering team as well for your specific use case, just like LiveX.ai. There are additional benefits around funding as well. So the startup uh, program also facilitates connections with investors. It's not an NVIDIA's investing arm, but it facilitates connection with either NVIDIA investors or investors from the industry. And apart from that, from a technical perspective, it provides supports like sizing guides or cloud credits as well to startups to get started using NVIDIA GPUs on cloud. And globally, I would like to say around 19,000 startups are part of NVIDIA Inception program, and they are getting benefits across the board. So if you are in early stage startup, mid stage, or even matured startup, please reach out to NVIDIA. There's a website called NVIDIA Inception. You can check it out, and please apply. We are more than happy to support you.
Great. And we'll keep you honest. So, Jot, do you want to talk a little bit about your experience going through the program and what you thought was most beneficial?
Well, it has been an honor and a really, really pleasant experience being as one of the Inception program company. We have benefited significantly from a few aspects. One is definitely the product and technology collaboration. So many of the new products like